Hello everyone, my name is Comrade Gideon. I believe you are wondering why am I with Delta State University Abraka Faculty of Education Teaching Practice Handbook. In this very video, I will be teaching you on how to get an A in your teaching practice. Is it really possible to get an A in teaching practice? If your answer is yes or no, this very video I'm going to prove to you that it is very possible to get an A in 2024/2025 academic session teaching practice. Let's get started. There are some steps you need to take to get an A in your teaching practice, and one of them is get a good lesson plan preparation. A good lesson preparation. If you don't have a good lesson plan, there is no way, it will be very difficult for you to get a good lesson notes. So the first thing you have to do, get a very good lesson plan preparation, and it should be neatly written out. Your lesson plan and lesson note must be very neat. You don't need to be counseling using TPS. No. Because if your work is neat, you can actually get 5 from that. You can get 4, you can get 3, you can get 2, you can get 1 based on how it was written out. And at least you should have 3 stated objectives. Some persons will be like at the end of the lesson, students are able to know. It's not right. You can't say students they are able to know. It's wrong. Your lesson, your lesson objective should be at the end of the lesson, students should be able to define. Students should be able to state. Your objective should be specific, should be measurable. You can't say someone has known this. That's not well stated objective. If you have that in your mind for, please begin to erase that now, because it will actually be difficult for you when they see something like that. Is a no. It should be something like should be able to define, should be able to state, list, rearrange, draw, tabulate, etc. Don't use students should be able to know at the end of the lesson. That is very wrong. Then the number 2 we are going to talk about in this very video is opening procedure. I repeat, opening procedure. For you to get an A in your TP, you must have a good opening procedure, have a good previous knowledge. The topic before, have a good previous knowledge on that. It can even be form of how will I even put it now? Something the students they already know, something they are familiar with. For example, you are teaching, you are about to, maybe the topic for this very class is water. So what you have to do, first of all, create the student interest. You have to arise their interest. And not just that, after arising their interest, you have to sustain the interest of the student. I repeat, arise their interest, sustain the interest of your student. Because if you don't arise if you are unable to arise their interest, there will be it will be very difficult for the student to be carried along during the course of your teaching. So if I'm teaching water, for example, my topic is water, I can relate it to them. If you are thirsty, what do you drink? So I'm going to tell them what water looks like. Are you familiar with water? Do you know what water is? What is water? So these are some of the things I'm going to ask the students to 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 make them actively involved in the class. I can even bring water to the class. I can bring 3 samples of water. Maybe one of them is dirty, one of them is clean, one of them is salty. I will say, what is this? They will say, maybe this is water, this. A lot of contribution can come in. And with that, students, they will be involved in your lesson. Another thing again should do in your procedure or in your opening procedure is it should be gradual. Your teaching should go from what the students know, they already know, to what they don't know. So you should always proceed from known to unknown. Not you cannot just come to the class and you teaching something that is abstract. No. That's very wrong. You should teach something that the student know. Then from there you move to the one that is difficult. I can also say move from the one that is very easy to something that is difficult. Not you moving from difficult to easy. No. Because if you start like that, everybody in the class just lose interest. That's one of the reasons why some persons they hate some subjects, maybe mathematics, chemistry, physics, and all that. If you are about to teach what the student know, start from what they know, then you proceed to the one that they don't know. That's how you build your class. Then the third thing I'm going to say in this very video, know the concept of your subject matter. How can you tell me that you are studying chemistry in school and you are going to teach practice to teach civic education? You don't know what you are doing. That's just the truth. How can you tell me that, for example, you are studying, let's say, you are in education and you are in social science education, you went to for teach practice and you are there taking mathematics, what's the correlation between social science education and mathematics? There's no correlation. There's no. So if you are going there to do that, just know that you are already off. You're out of point. So please, the subject matter you are about to take in your TP, make sure you have an in-depth understanding on it. Teach your course of study. For example, if I'm going for my TP, I'm going to teach chemistry. That's whether I teach SS1, SS2, SS3. But at the end, I know that I'm going there to teach. I can't even settle for basic science. That's just the truth. I won't settle for basic science. So if they said there's no this in this school, I will talk to the head teacher. Sir, let me just be your assistant. But at the end, I'm going there. Listen, the essence of teaching practice is to build you for the future. So if you are not teaching your subjects, so what are they building you for? It's nothing. So please, I want to beg you, if you are going for your TP, make sure you teach your subject matter. Then the next thing is that for you to know your subject matter so well, also know the level of the student, the academic level, their age. Because how can you be teaching a calculus in GS3? It doesn't know their level so that you know what you have to give to them as at that particular level. On that one again, communication is key. Communication is key. When your supervisor enter your class, like what happened during my last TP, I was so familiar with my students, so familiar, so very well familiar with them. So when the teacher entered the class, some person would say, you talk to your student first, this, so that they will listen to you when your supervisor enters. But I didn't do all those. I was already familiar with them. I know how to communicate to my students. And even during my supervision, it was the former staff advisor that came to supervise me. So some of them were kind of misbehaving. I told one of them to stand up. I behaved as if he was not even in the class. After I punished the boy, I just behaved as if the guy was not even in class. I continued with my lecture. Then after a while, I told the boy again, I said, what you did is wrong. I advised him, I told him to sit down. The lecturer was also happy. He said, this is what we are talking about. I was able to communicate with them. I understand. I was able know your student by their name. Not that you call one Ace, you stand up, big head, you stand up. No, 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 no. They just be marking one, because it ranges from 1 to 5. Know your student by their names. Communicate with them very well. Know that you can't say, oh, even if I'm going to ask them a question, I will be specific. Precious, stand up. Stand up. This stand up. But most cases, it is not really advisable for you to be calling names in class because it will look as if you actually planned is a planned work. No, 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 no. But most cases, if you are teaching, if you want to know if your students are really being carried along, you can say, Precious, you stand up. What is a noun? Thank God that I seem that you are not really focusing on what I'm doing. What was the last word I used? What did I say? So all these things, the lecturer will be like, wow, this particular student know what he or she is doing. Then the next thing, the number 14 I will be discussing in this video, a good teaching aid and instructional material. You are teaching water. You do not even go to the class with water. You are teaching sanitation. There is no broom, there is no bucket, there is no dustbin, there is no waste bin, there is nothing. What are you teaching? Have a good teaching aid. And for every topic you have to teach, go to the class with teaching aid. And your instructional material can be textbooks, can get good textbook, recommended textbook for a particular subject. So go and get very good textbook. It's going to help you a lot. And your teaching aid, you can get real objects. Real objects. For example, you are teaching water, you can go to the class with water. That's a real object. You are, for example, you are teaching flood. You can carry flood to the class. You can get a picture of that. You can get diagram. You can get chart of the periodic table, or even a table itself. So those are some of the things you should know about getting a good teaching aid and instructional material. Please, for every topic you are teaching, get a good instructional material. So you expect to get about 6 or more instructional material because you are going to spend 6 weeks in your TP. So get 6 or more instructional material. Another thing again, be a smart teacher and a responsible teacher. Be smart and be responsible. When you are going to your class, dress smart. As a girl, don't be seductive. Just the way education is expected to dress that way. Go to the class, teach, then get out of the class. And make sure you are very, very audible. When you are teaching, if you are in front of the class, before your TP, before your supervisor even comes, you can tell your friend, please, go to the back of the class, stay there. Am I loud enough? What do you feel I'm not doing right? So when your co-student supervise you before your main supervision, I believe that you will do better, far better. So please be audible in your class and be punctual. Not that a supervisor will come, they will not call you. Hello, supervisor, yes, supervisor is here, supervisor. You are just wasting your time. Please be punctual, be composed, dress neat and smart, be audible, and be what? Be punctual. Then the sixth step I will be discussing here is the classroom atmosphere. The classroom atmosphere. How can you be teaching and the back is making noise? How can you be in class and there is nothing like organization? The class is not organized. The class is also. How can you? It's not even possible. So please, if you are teaching on that day, in fact, even before your TP, because if you are teaching because of your supervisor, you will definitely get maybe a B, C, D, even get it as a carryover. But if you are going there to make impact, I believe you will do far better. So if you go there for the first day, try and create a cordial relationship with the students. The environment should be very, very conducive for learning. There should be no noise. The students should respect you when you speak, not because your supervisor is there, but they should respect you when you speak. And all this is actually possible when you are their friend. If you behave as if you are their enemy, they will make you their enemy. That's a fact. So your environment should be conducive, it should be clean, and there should be no noise. Then the other thing, sustain the interest of the students. For your environment to be for it to be conducive for learning, you need to sustain their interest. And one thing is that I tell stories a lot. And me, I don't finish a story in one class. I can tell them a story today. I will even end that story maybe in the next 2 weeks. So they will be eager to learn and they will be eager to hear the story. And what I will do is that I might tell them that, okay, at the end of this class, if you can answer 5 questions correctly, I will tell you the story. So the story will now be the reward. And most of them will be like, ah, sir, I really want to hear this story, sir. I really want to hear this story, sir. I want to hear this story. With that, I'm going to sustain their interest for a very long time. And at the end of the story, all of them will be like, ah, sir, tell us another story. So even the topic you are teaching, you can, for example, I already formulated a story on atom. If I'm teaching an atom, I will use a story to teach you atom. I can even pick 3 students outside. I will use it to demonstrate what an atom is all about. So that's just use story. It's going to sustain the interest of the students. The stubborn ones, make them your friends. You definitely see stubborn ones. Some are taller than you, some are bigger than you, some will even be going to school with iPhones. So, but the truth is that make them your friends. They should not be your enemy. Because when you make them your enemies, your TP will be very, very miserable for you. The stubborn ones, make them your friends. The intelligent ones, don't segregate. So the seventh one I will be discussing in this very video, check your objectives and your assignments. When you get to the classroom, for example, you are teaching, let's say, I said your objective should be clearly stated out. For example, the first one you said they should be able to define an atom. Sorry, let me use matter. They should be able to define matter. The second objective, they should be able to state the 3 states of matter. Then the third one, let's say they should be able to give at least 3 examples of each of the states. At the end, you enter the class, you are not even teaching matter. You are teaching another thing that differs. So when you get to the end of the class and you are not looking at your objective, it's not really achieved. That means you didn't teach that day. And if your supervisor is on ground that day, your supervisor will just be laughing at this one, don't even know what he or she. He might even tell you to just stop the class, then go outside. That's just the truth. So please, I want to beg you, check your objective. If you are really following what you have there, your lesson plan, that's what you have to replicate in the class. That's why we call it lesson plan. You are preparing for a lesson. Then I said check on your objective and your assignment. At the end of every class, give assignments. Make sure you give, even though you don't have anything to give, just give them assignments. Because there's a mark for that. Give them assignments. Just give them assignments. There's a mark for it, so please give them assignments. And always share the previous assignments. Is that they submit to you? And even if they have submitted, you have marked. When you get to the class, make reference to the previous assignment. For those of you that failed maybe if you got 5/5 in the assignment, please stand up. A clap. Just do something about the previous assignment so that the lecturer will know that you are actually following, you are a good teacher. That's just it. Because if you feel like you are not doing what you ought to do, you will not get the exact score allocated for your for that particular quality or character. So the next one I will be dealing with here You are a teacher. That's just accept it. You are already going for teaching practice. Accept it. You are a teacher. And please, I want to beg you, don't go through your teaching practice exercise without making impact. I repeat, don't go through your teaching practice exercise without making impact. It's going to, if you are going there with the intention of getting an A, like me, I don't go there. Even my first tip is I didn't go there because of an A. I went there because I want to make impact. And I tell you that I celebrate all those that did TP in Abraka Grammar School. That was last session. They did well. They did well. I love you. If you are watching the video, because we were so cooperative. We did a lot of things in that school. We did a lot of things. A lot of things actually. We did a lot of things. And at the end of our TP, we were actually the first set in Abraka Grammar School that was celebrated. They did a sample for us. They gave me drink, you understand? And they did sample. They even gave me books. And the students and everybody were like, whenever they see me till now, the first thing that will come to your mind, Great Nigeria students, anywhere they see me, they just call me Uncle Great Nigeria students. It's actually fun. Some of them I'll correct them. I say, my name is not Uncle Great Nigeria student. My name is Mr. Gideon. Just call me Mr. Gideon. Be like, okay, sir, okay, sir, okay, sir. Until now, we still have a very good relationship. TP student to the student and TP student to the school management. Please have a good relationship with the students, because if you don't have a good relationship with the students, they will eventually they will frustrate you. That's just the truth. And we actually did a lot. We did a lot in Abraka Grammar School. And please, my advice to you is this: if you are going to the school, don't go there because you are just going, but go there because you are there to make impact. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Don't forget to subscribe to Video Academy. Stay tuned.